Hi guys, welcome to Flamin Galah YouTube, episode 10. We're finally getting around to wrapping up this series about how to start a brewery in Australia. It's been, how long? Two years. 2 years nearly since we did
our last video. And we just want to say we're really sorry to the people that follow us from the beginning.
Yeah.
We thought about it, we talked about it every week. We wanted to get in a YouTube video, but we just didn't have the time. We finally gotten around to it, so we hope you enjoy the video. There's a lot to unpack, and we just want to introduce a few people that work for us and show you a bit about the brewery and see what everybody loves about it.
Let's get a dog up, yeah.
So another thing that we decided to do, finally, I've been trying to convince Sam for about maybe a year, maybe 2 years, to rebrand our beers. I was getting to the point where he would say, well, we're going to release the Ranger Blood, why don't you come up with some artwork? And it was just too hard because I was so busy, I just didn't have the time to think about it. Like the artwork that we used to do, I wasn't working at the brewery, so I had more time to design. So we come up with these more... I come up with these more generic, I would say. I came up with these more generic looking branded beer styles, and yeah, we love them.
Yeah. So it's got our logo front and centre, which was my idea, and then I came up with most of it.
Just like clean and crisp, just shows that it's Flamin Galah and it's got some good tasting beer in there. We're also producing our own seltzers. So these are triple distilled vodka seltzers with natural fruit extract. These are available online to purchase as well.
Only 80 calories per can. So
yep, low carb, gluten free, vegan free, friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog friendly like the brewery.
Check them out on the website.
So there's a couple of other companies that'll set up your brew house for you, and my suggestion is, I think if you've got the skills, try and set it up yourself, obviously, because often you have a breakdown, like once a week something will break, and if you know how it went together, you can fix it basically. So there's a couple of different companies, I won't say names, that come in and set your brew house up for you. But I'd suggest you try and do as much of that yourself, simply because the brew house or something in it will break constantly.
After our first Christmas, we ended up ordering some more tanks, and we've taken over 3 of the next door units.
Yeah.
So we've got how many more square meters of space to use?
In production, we've got another 600 square metres. So we use, a lot of it's just used for storage at the moment, but obviously we plan to grow the production side of the brewery with those square metres. It'll be another dealing with Shoalhaven City Council, which that'll be fun.
And we're just about to finalise another thing with Shoalhaven City Council, which has taken 2 years.
No, it's 12 months. A bit ham on that.
It's been nearly 2 years.
Yeah, since we came up with it. Anyway, it took 12 months for this latest DA to be approved. And
just for a men's bathroom and a second bar.
Yeah, second bar, some seating upstairs so we can do functions. But yeah, that's taken 12 months for the DA just to be approved. And now we're onto the construction certificate side of things, and that's been 4 months so far, so standard shit show. But we'll get there.
Okay, so at the moment we've started our online store, and we've got a handful of wholesale accounts just locally. Shipping at the moment is just through the roof, so we've sort of pulled back on the wholesale side of things.
It's more to the profits in this. It's in the schooner. Your numbers are bums on seats at your venue. This is basically just a marketing exercise. You make small amounts on wholesale, and that's if someone holds money on you or doesn't pay, which happens a lot. So
you paid for that product to be brewed, sans time, packaged,
put in the can, everything, and some people just won't pay. I think that's maybe a downside or a part of COVID. Businesses are struggling, but so we pulled back the wholesale in that respect, mainly because from a business perspective, the money's in this, it's in the schooner, bums on seats at your venue. So our plan is to do a couple of venues over the next couple of years and try and manufacture everything here at Flamin Galah Jervis Bay, and then start another couple of companies along the way, which those companies will gypsy brew or contract brew to Flamin Galah Jervis Bay, and then we'll distribute to those other venues, because basically, I mean, these are great, everyone loves tinny, but there's not a lot of money in it. So if you can focus your business plan and model around bums on seats and beer in the schooner, you'll grow quite well and quite quickly, as we
We're not saying that there's anything wrong with that. We're just saying that we don't see how you could make a really good living off wholesale.
If you had the volume there, you could, but basically it's like it costs so much money to go from that to that. So
that's why it's expensive to buy from us.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's all handmade, everything's done by hand. It's expensive.
If we
could,
we'd have it a lot cheaper, but we just wouldn't make a cent.
No, that's right. Yeah, and you've got to allow for those fuckheads that don't pay you.
So let's talk about your first brew when you finally got the brew house set up. How did it go?
Yeah, it was fine. No, it was horrible. Stuck mash, stainless steel flavour, pretty standard commissioning of a system. So
you have to run the buckets up and down the staircase too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I still, you're mashing.
You did that for a few months.
I did that till we got the auger in. So it was like 12 months. Yeah. Hard work, but it was alright. Still fun brew days. First brew was fucking horrible. Stuck mash. The auger, in the lauter ton, so it's a mash lauter ton. The auger didn't have a locating pin in it, so the auger just spun and the rakes stood still. So stuck mash. Not that it really worried me. That one was always going down the drain just to passivate the heat exchange properly. But yeah, that was a long brew day. It was probably 8 hours to brew 1,200 litres.
It's just another challenge,
Yeah.
You get this new system and you want to commission it, and it took a while for you to get it right, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And like I said before, with your flavour profile from one brew house to another, there's a massive difference. So basically,
and we tipped everything that didn't taste right.
Yeah,
we didn't keep any of it.
Didn't give a fuck. I finished the beer completely,
it's
carved
your reputation,
and done.
You put something through a tap and somebody tastes it, and it's their first time here, they're never coming back.
No. So it was to the point where I could, especially with the hops, once I finished a beer and carved it and then tasted it against the system up the road, or what I think that beer should have tasted like, I could then change the recipe, pull out the hops, but know the percentage that I pulled out on each hop addition, which helped a lot. So I got a percentage I was able to calculate on other recipes. So I ended up, it was minimal waste if I did it that way. But don't get me wrong, poured shit tons into the trade waste. You got to do what you got to do to get the beer right, because we get judged a lot, like every brewery does. So you only want to send the best product out you can, and that will entail you pouring litres and litres into the trade waste. But it's all part of it.
It's your reputation.
Yeah. It's worth it.
And if you're a passionate brewer, that's what you should do.
Yeah, definitely.
If you care.
Yeah, don't try and flog some shit fucking beer off and call it another name. Like, don't be scared to tip a shitty beer down the drain. It's not going to cost you that much.
And you'll be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, and then you don't have to watch someone drinking, oh, he's fucking drinking that. Just tip it down the drain. It's way easier. Yeah, please, do it. Do it. Even if you've got, like, you know, most people start, you've got 4 or 5 tanks. Get a couple of other beers in from other establishments and, you know, call it a tap takeover, whatever. Just
whatever you have to do to
whatever
get
you
through.
have to do to get through. Tip the beer.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, baby.
That's what we did for 2 years, and we're still going.
Yeah.
So one afternoon we were just chatting to our friends, our neighbours Adam and Tracy, about how we needed to get a food van, how we were just trying to contact people, how difficult it was. And
how unreliable they were.
How unreliable, yeah.
Running out of food and all sorts of shit.
Yeah. So they ended up leaving, but they came back about an hour later saying that they're gonna buy a van and start a food truck. So we were like, I couldn't believe it, really. Could you?
No, not at all.
And we were so stoked,
you're
but
nuts.
yeah.
But
their business started from a very old van. They put it together themselves.
Which we renovated late at night.
Yeah, renovated in the middle of winter.
Middle of winter.
And they opened June long weekend. That was their first weekend, and they smashed it. And they've smashed it ever since. Their van is incredible now. They've got a pimpin' pink van out the front, and their food's amazing. They've done such a great job. And that really complements the beer here when people come here and they
love the
just
food,
rave
love the beer.
reviews about the food and just the lovely people that run it.
Yeah.
So
stoked.
love you, Ads and Trace.
Thank you. So we were fortunate enough for Ads and Trace to get on board here with us at the brewery, and that took a massive weight off our shoulders because organising food vans every week, some didn't show, some
ran out of food.
One guy ran out of food at 2 o'clock in the fucking afternoon on a Sunday, and the joint was pumping, and he was like, "Oh, I've got to go. I've got no food." So they can. So our suggestion is, if you can get a permanent food van, it'll really
complement.
And then you can complement the beers. It's not just someone that comes in every week and doesn't really worry about what complements beer or
what customers want.
Yeah, what customers want. All sorts of great stuff that helps us out. And basically,
it's a great little business for them too.
So the hot tip will be, it depends. Like if you're a rat bag, if you're a little bit of a rat bag like me, back in the day, you're going to get, when you refuse someone service of alcohol.
It's karma.
Yeah, it's a little bit of karma there. You're gonna cop it, and everyone's going to tell you how much of a rat bag you were. But you've got to be so strict. So that's the hot tip. Be strict at the start.
It's not our backyard.
It's not, It's
a licensed premises.
It's a licensed
Wear
premises.
your fucking shoes.
Yeah. Fucking shoes.
It's not fucking hard. Put some shoes on.
Yeah, that's a
you
hot
don't go
tip.
to RSL with no shoes on.
Yeah.
You can't come here without shoes on.
But
Or don't just put socks on. They're not shoes.
yeah, that's true.
We're finally in our groove now after 2 years. So 2 years coming up on the 28th of May. And things are finally...
Yeah, we finally got it. So you got that to look forward to. It took 2 years.
Yeah. But we have a great team as well. So anybody that's been here, if you haven't been here, we've got a lot of family that work here with us. We're very, very lucky to have the people that we have that work here. I've got my dad, he's retired. He comes and waters all the plants. He chops wood in the winter. He cleans the beer garden. He just does it just because he loves it. And his pay is beer.
He's paid well.
Yeah.
Beer.
I've got my mum here who's just incredible with customers. She's just a beautiful person that just will help with anything.
Yeah.
My brother Daniel is just
that's Mum, Dad, and Danny.
A beautiful character. It's bartending, amazing.
Yeah.
And then we've got Sam's older sister,
sister's
Jo.
the bar manager.
She's the bar manager.
Yeah.
doing an incredible job. That they
Yeah,
just
amazing.
there's
Can
a,
take
there's a
some
lot.
abuse.
There's just a lot that happens before you even have to open at lunchtime during the week, and there's just so many moving parts when it comes to making sure everything's perfect. So without those people, we honestly couldn't do it. Could
Yeah.
we? So thank you to them.
Yeah, definitely.
And we've
guys.
got
Thank
some
you.
other people to thank really quickly. We want to thank a whole heap of people that have helped us get us to this point. So who would you like to thank?
Blair from BSC Electrical, Leon from TSB Plumbing, who else? Aaron Screws from Diamond Refrigeration, dear. Who else?
Ads and Trace.
Ads and Trace,
Coming with
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Mum, Dad, Dan,
And Danny,
and Joe,
Joe,
and just all the customers that have come here.
especially all the customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really
Incredibly
appreciate it.
humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad you like the beer and the space that we've created together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hop onto the website if you want to buy some beer, buy some merch. It's all there. www.flamingalahbrewingco.com.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. It's Flamin' Good Beer.